Hello, this is Brian. Today is Saturday, December 4th, 2021. I want to provide a spotlight on shrubs video. And today's spotlight is on Parry Nolina, or Parry Beargrass. This is Nolina parryi. It's a quite large member. It used to be known as being in, I believe, the lily family, Liliaceae, I think at one point. Then it was known as being in the Agave family, Agavaceae, and now it's placed in the butcher's broom family, the Ruscaceae. It is a medium to quite large monocot that is quite arborescent. Monocots meaning one seed leaf per seed. One cotyledon is a seed leaf. That's what a monocotyledon is. And it's quite possibly one of our most impressive species of Nolina native here. I believe we have 4 species native here to Southern California. We have this one, Nolina parryi, which is mostly in the far interior mountains and in the high desert. Then we have Nolina Cis Montana, which is kind of similar but usually much smaller in stature, and that's on the coastal side of the mountains, especially in scattered in San Diego and Orange counties. And that one can get a little bit arborescent, but Parry Nolina tends to get much larger. Then we also have the Bigelow Nolina, Nolina bigelovii, which I don't think is found this high up. We're at an elevation of about 6,700 feet above sea level, between 6,650 and 7,000 feet. I mean, 6,650 and 6,700 feet. I'm sorry. I did a hike all the way from Morris Ranch Road up the Cedar Springs Trail all the way to Lion Peak, so I'm a little tired, so I'm mincing my words a little bit. So like I said, we're about 6,650 feet, give or take, about 50 feet or so. And this plant here is found from below 4,000 feet up to, I don't know, the highest I've seen it is here so far. And I don't come across this plant very often, so whenever I do, it's a special occasion. And the last time I came across this plant was before I started recording spotlight videos. So here we go. It's about time, right? Nolina's beargrass, or Nolina, or Parry's Nolina, can get up to maybe about 10, maybe 15 feet tall, possibly. I think some of the best examples of Parry Nolina are probably found in Joshua Tree National Park. I've seen pictures of them in Joshua Tree National Park. I've never been there, but I've seen the pictures of them, and these get huge. They get even bigger trunks than these, and because they're a monocot, the tissue in their stems is not wood, not true wood. So you won't be able to get an accurate age estimation by looking for growth rings, because there are no growth rings. The monocots tend to have fibrous stem tissue. So you won't be able to really tell how old this is unless you germinate one and you watch it grow. Then you watch when you pass away, somebody else takes on the reins and watches it grow, and so forth. But I imagine they could probably live over 100 years, probably significantly more, I would imagine. Some of them get very large. And so Parry Nolina is actually kind of scattered in this area. One thing is, it is quite similar to Chaparral Yucca, Hesperoyucca whippley, which usually forms small rosettes, kind of like these, but these are Parry Nolinas. These are ones that look like they have kind of grown along the ground. These are all Parry Nolinas right here. In fact, I'm going to do a little, maybe do a little walk and talk so I can show you what the inflorescence and everything looks like on these plants. So the springtime, these plants send up these very large inflorescences like a yucca, like a Chaparral Yucca. Very similar to one. Only difference is the flowers are much smaller. There are many, many more of them because the inflorescence is much more branched. As you can see here, all the seed capsules and everything have fallen off, but they are much more branched, can sometimes get even much larger than a Chaparral Yucca, and Chaparral Yucca inflorescence stalks can get quite large. Refer to my January 31st, 2021 spotlight on Chaparral Yucca so you can see some pretty decent sized yucca stalks that I found in the San Gabriel Mountains. Check that video out so you can see what they look like. Now, the similarity right here is this one is relatively straight, and that's kind of similar to how the Chaparral Yucca stalk is. However, they're not always straight. Chaparral Yuccas are just about always straight. I mean, of course, you know, there are abnormalities here and there. You got to account for that. But one thing to keep in mind is that a lot of times Parry Nolina inflorescences can be twisty and bent, curved. Kind of see here a little bit, you can see a little contortion in the inflorescence. And we have some more up here on the hill. There was a smaller one earlier that had seed capsules all over it. I wanted to show what the seed capsules look like, but and you can see some of the ones here on the hill. Some of them are kind of bent and kind of twisty, much denser. And here's a Chaparral Yucca stalk right here. Kind of a small stunted one, but you might be able to get the picture. More upright. See that one? That's a Chaparral Yucca. More upright, much less branched. The Parry Nolina is much more intricately branched. There's a Chaparral Yucca right there. And the rosette on Chaparral Yucca dies. Now, it doesn't mean the whole plant dies, because in certain forms of Chaparral Yucca, it'll form multiple rosettes. I'll talk more in detail about that again on the spotlight on Chaparral Yucca. So I'm not going to go into that much here because this is about Parry Nolina. You see here, much more intricately branched than the Chaparral Yucca. Chaparral Yuccas are not really branched at all, except just some side branches. These have many, many more little branchlets on the side, as you can see here. So the flowers in the spring are kind of creamy white, and in the summer they develop these very small, much smaller than Chaparral Yucca seed capsules. Again, refer to my Chaparral Yucca video to see what the seed capsules on those look like. Parry Nolina's seed capsules are very small and papery and easily crumble in your hand when they dry out. And if I remember correctly, Parry Nolina is also dioecious. In other words, male and female plants are separate. So flowers, you get male flowers. I suspect this was a male. I think this was a male. This looks like this would carry the staminate flowers. And these other ones look like the females that had the seed capsules. The seed capsules are papery, and inside is a really small, round brown seed on Parry Nolina. Chaparral Yucca, the seed is flattened and black. So flattened black disc, basically. Almost looks like a really tiny hockey puck, but it's not perfectly round. So the Nolina, their seed capsules are papery. and the seeds are small, round, kind of globular, or globular football shaped, and lighter brown. Chaparral Yucca again, black flat discs. So probably should have waited to do this at Joshua Tree National Park, but I saw this really nice specimen here. I thought it's about time. I've been wanting to see this plant for a while, so this really kind of gets me kind of excited. We got a lot of it around here too, in this little spot. They're kind of scattered, so they'll pop up. You'll see them for a while. Another good place to see them in the area is up the Cedar Springs Trail, where you'd come up to get up to this point, unless you're through hiking from that way, or you're hiking from 74 over that way, which is probably about 9-10 miles away. But there you have it. The beautiful, stunning Nolina parryi, Parry Beargrass or Parry Nolina, in the butcher's broom family of the Ruscaceae. Just look at that beautiful trunk structure, beautiful rosettes at the top. One thing is, I mentioned that Chaparral Yucca rosettes, whether the plant has a single rosette or has multiple rosettes, each rosette that flowers dies, whatever. Parry Nolina, not so. They don't die. They'll send up, that same rosette will continue to grow and form that really gnarly, beautiful trunk. So there you have it. Nolina parryi, Parry Beargrass, Parry Nolina. And that was Brian's spotlight on shrubs. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed recording it. I'm actually also in the middle of recording a video set for my Cedar Spring Trails and PCT hike. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this video down because there's a video that I want to record for that set about a special find I just come across right now. So I'll see you on the next episode, and thanks for watching.